Stoked to be the Stokes with Brian and Ariana. It's about to get real, you better believe me. Just got married, trying to make it through life. See, with
faith, honesty, and respect, we'll get through anything.
Stoked to be the Stokes, yeah. Yes, we are. Stoked to be the Stokes.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Stoked to be the Stokes with Brian Lamar Stokes.
And Ariana Stokes.
Listen, guys, I'm going to start with some house cleaning because I feel like I've been forgetting all week, all these episodes. First of all, thank you for tuning into the podcast on SoundCloud and iTunes and Google Play
yes.
and everywhere that podcasts are found.
Yes.
One, thank you for listening, and you guys have been going strong with us. But I keep forgetting to say that we are on YouTube. Yes. I feel like I have been forgetting that every time. So if you are listening to this on any podcast platform, or if you're watching on YouTube and you haven't subscribed, both of y'all, all categories, I need y'all to subscribe. And if you see us online on Instagram, it's about 700 of y'all that, that been rocking with us, and we definitely appreciate it. So can we get at least 700 subscribes on YouTube, please? I mean, do I gotta beg for this type of stuff? Please. We all about spreading positivity, everything, love and life. So we just want to be able to reach more people. Not that it's about popularity, but we want to reach more people. We want to engage more people. Why do you make that face? Come on, I'm just saying.
For you, it's a little bit about popularity. Because y'all, Brian is Mr. Congeniality, Mr. King Debutante, Mr. Castilian,
Cotillion. You
Mr. Cotillion.
Yeah. I was Mr. Cotillion.
Homecoming King class president. So it's always been a little bit about popularity for him.
All I'm saying is that if you have a YouTube platform, YouTube anything, just follow us on YouTube.
Yes.
If you're on any of the other podcasting, make sure you're following us there because we get so many views on the page. I just wanted to match up with what's going on.
Excuse me.
But I'm gonna let that go. Let that house cleaning go anyhow, whatever.
So that we can have some sponsored ads and I can quit my job.
She can quit her job because that's her main thing. She's
you
gonna
do
quit
whatever
her job.
you want to do.
I already got 2 jobs. Y'all don't know about the second job yet. We'll talk about that later. But she just wanna not work. Sit down. You want to show your baby bump how it came in? I know you do.
Okay. Let me show off my shirt.
Grace and Grit. What is that from?
Grace and Grit from the Dumas brand. Dr. Jaquette Dumas annually has her women's conference. This was one of the themes from a previous year. So I loved it, so I got it at the most recent Shatter Day.
I don't know if the camera gonna pick it up.
I know, because I gotta use my ass to stand up.
I don't know. You want to stand on the edge? I don't know if they're gonna see it. Let me put the computer screen down. They got it. I don't know. If y'all see it, sure. If you don't, you don't. If you on the podcast, just look online or something. Oh, okay. It's a baby in there. I put a baby in there. Praise God. It was me. Anyhow, this episode is I don't even know what the episode is titled. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
But I got some stuff on my chest that I want to get off before we get started.
All right, say it with your chest.
Say it with my chest. I hope it's not too big out there because I got on an all black shirt. But we are taking a trip to DC to go see our family. It's Ariana's family reunion, but I guess it's mine too because I'm a part of the family.
Yes.
And people are coming from Florida, New York. Wherever they're coming from. But they're coming from all over, whatever. But so we were like, we'll do our gender reveal at the family reunion because I'm from Massachusetts, Ariana's from Florida, and we want everybody to get together, just to do this whole gender reveal.
And you have family in DC already.
And I have family in DC already. Yes, immediate family in DC. Well, now we're immediate family, aren't we? Since we're married.
No, it's still immediate.
It's still immediate? Okay. Immediate family.
Our immediate.
Our immediate family. Yeah. Let me tell y'all something. These Negroes are acting like it's the wedding again. People are acting crazy. I mean, we're talking about how we're traveling 3,000 miles. I mean, it's like people are going out of their minds. Like I'm not going to give specifics because it's so new, but I'm like, I just want to know why when families get together, you can look at me like that. I'm not talking about your side.
I'm listening.
I'm talking about my side. I'm talking about my side.
I'm engaged.
Cool. Why every time something big is about to happen, do families start acting crazy? Like they want to flip tables.
Manifesting.
I'm like, why? Relax. We're all getting together. I'm like, I just want us all to get together, all to love on one another and be like that. If you have, I can't say a long distance family relationship, but if you have a relationship with your family that you live out,
a family that's very spread out, and
you get together, can y'all tell me why they act a fool sometimes? Please. Just tell me why they act a fool sometimes. I mean, everything's good already. She's trying to keep a mutual face. It's fine.
I just have a song playing in my head. I'm like,
you gotta
relax your mind and kick up your feet. Come on to the reunion, get something to eat. Just kick make it.
You think you made that by yourself?
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyhow,
I know it's not my song.
listen, I know
SWV.
that it's not just my family, that when the family gets together or are about to get together, it's like we hate each other before we can love each other.
Some people.
I mean, it was like...
It's not always the whole... Maybe it's some people in people's families. I don't normally experience
all of
that
them.
in my family.
It's all of them. Except Kayla. Except my little sister. But anyhow, I just wanted to get that out there because I really do want to know why families act up before they get together. And then the next day they act as if nothing happens and we all love each other. I'm like, hey, y'all need to get that under control because I already done came out this depression and this anxiety phase and I don't want to go back. So if you want to keep doing that, rat-a-tat-tat, relax.
I won't go back. I can't go back.
All right, Ariana, it's not a singing episode. Anyhow, Ariana, your singing is triggering, and you know that. Your singing is triggering. Anyhow.
Y'all keep us lifted, but we're super excited because I love family reunions. Like, ever since I was
her
little.
Family reunion, they want to go to every monument,
and
every
I haven't been in a few years. So I feel like, and this will be my first time going with a husband in tow, a baby in tow. Well, in production.
Yeah,
not
sure.
quite in tow yet.
Sure, whatever.
So I'm super excited. It's going to be a great trip. Yeah. Just pray, because,
Just pray and shout out to Scott, because he came over here and broke a whole bunch of...
Oh, yeah, we were like, Scott, just pray for us, because he said, I already have. That's a friend.
I already have. And then came in.
That's a friend. Get you a friend, a praying friend.
Get you a praying friend who also knows the word.
Yes, because
that's the only thing that goes to the Lord that does not come back void, huh?
On it.
Right. Okay. Anyhow, this episode is we're going to talk about Ariana and myself.
Yes.
In becoming new parents. Like I'm pregnant. Mm-hmm. I guess we can start with I'm pregnant, not me.
You
but
got a bump too. Oh. Okay.
Your mother has a bump.
No, she finished with her bumps. Watch yourself.
Your daddy has a bump.
No, he don't. Watch yourself.
All right. Watch yourself. Don't talk about me. I won't talk about your people. Okay, cool. I love you both. I love you both, parents.
Yeah, we're halfway through the pregnancy.
So we wanted to talk about what is the title? Not the title of the show, but what do we want to talk about?
We just want to talk about because early on in the pregnancy, there were a lot of things that we were experiencing that we didn't really get an opportunity to share publicly because we hadn't yet shared the pregnancy.
Yeah.
So we were like, now's a good time to talk about what has this first half of the pregnancy been like, experience wise for the both of us individually and as a couple, because lots of physical changes, emotional changes, financial changes, things that we didn't really take too much time to think about, and now we got to think about. So yeah, we just wanted to talk about a few things. Just kind of had a list. For me, it's gonna be more kind of a rant because Brian wanted me to like.
I asked her just to put a list of things together, and she was trying to control my list. She was like, "No, let's just talk about how I'm feeling, and you respond to how I'm feeling."
I didn't say that.
I'm like, okay.
I said, I don't know how you're feeling. I only know how you've mentioned feeling in response to my feelings. Only you can tell me how you've been feeling.
All right. So who you go ahead and start because you're the actual pregnant one on the inside. Well, you got a long list. I thought.
Yeah, but these are like quick things. These are like quick things.
Okay.
I told you that's the only way I could literally think about it.
I got you. Go ahead.
Because certain things I just couldn't talk about, and now I can. Okay, so I think I've already mentioned this part. In the beginning, we found out very early that we were pregnant just because, as I mentioned before, words before I was kind of mistaking PMS symptoms for possible early pregnancy symptoms. This time it was the lack of PMS symptoms that kind of gave me a heads up. So we knew pretty early, and I wasn't feeling anything that was pregnancy-like, at least so I thought. It seems like until after we found out and confirmed it. But what I remember first feeling was tired, like what is the word? Like inexplicably tired to the point where I just felt like exhausted. Yes, but even that might be an understatement. And then I felt like I didn't have the right to be tired because it's not like I was walking around big and pregnant. And then on top of that, as I progressed over the next couple of weeks, it felt like not only was I tired, but I was more easily winded. My heart would start racing or feeling like it was pounding out of my chest. You look so good.
I know I keep telling you, but you just be looking real good. This pregnancy just got you looking real good.
For those who can't see, I got my hair done. I got my hair done. Let's just take a quick pause.
Finish.
Right?
Oh, I might as well go ahead. Say your thing.
We shouted out the t-shirt, but I forgot to shout out the hair.
Who did it? Go ahead.
Casey.
Yes,
I'll have to tag her also because I tagged her in an earlier Insta story. I have to tag her in an actual post because y'all, she hooked me up quick, fast, and hurry.
Gentle.
And she was gentle. It was very neat. Like, I mean, I could take this out and rock just rock it. Like,
I
it's
could
just
take
cute.
you and rock you.
Okay.
Right now.
I think we've rocked
She
it.
looks really good.
I'm
sorry.
everyone
No, go
loves
ahead.
it. Like,
Go ahead.
everyone
it's
loves it.
It's not just the
I want
hair.
her
She
to
got
hair all
that
the time.
glow. It's just good.
Oh, thank
It's
you.
just
I got a little
good.
bit of that Fenty on that you got me. Is it
Yeah,
that?
that's me.
Okay. That's me.
But go ahead. I'm sorry. You were tired?
Oh, yeah. So I was super tired. I was feeling winded. My heart would be pounding out of my chest, racing. And it felt weird because I'm like, I'm not even showing. And I feel like I'm kind of being a little dramatic. But none of it was like by choice. So that was odd to me because we'd even be walking around the mall. And I'm like, could we just sit for a minute? Because I feel like I need a break.
And then she smells a pretzel, and then she gets up and says, "Can we get a pretzel?"
You know
now?"
those pretzels, they always be calling me. Those pretzels. So those were some of the things I was feeling pretty early on. What about you? Like after we first found out?
I don't know how different this episode is gonna be, but it's gonna like you talking about tired. I wrote down scared. How the heck am I supposed to be a father?
That's what you first felt
That's what I
early?
first felt. Yeah. I said, who's gonna take care of this family? How are we gonna live off my salary alone? That's what I was thinking. I'm like, how are we gonna work this out? Because I guess in my mind, I'm like, if we having a baby, clearly you don't have to work. I'm gonna figure it out. Yada 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 yada.
Work at all, or you mean right after the baby's born?
I mean, right after the baby, you're going. If anybody gonna be a stay-at-home parent, it's gonna be
call
me.
my job.
It's gonna be me.
Oh, okay.
What you gonna call him and ask him for some more hours?
We've been saying forever that Brian's gonna be the stay-at-home parent.
And then I got this job, and I'm like, nah, I
really
like
likes
going
it.
to work. I want to go.
And normally I'm the one who
I
likes my
enjoy
job,
it.
and I'm like, no, I need to get out of the house for a bit.
I
But
enjoy
now
it.
I'm like, I'll stay home and take care of this house and yo, baby.
But then after the fact, I give all honor to God.
Yes.
Not even to be corny. All the opportunities that came after you got pregnant. And like I said in another episode, I was like, I felt like, having a kid, it just would slow down everything. Not when you were pregnant, but before. Like, this is why I'm never having kids before my career pops off and I can be a writer and I can be a singer and I can be worshiping in Africa. I'm not doing it because the kid's going to slow me down. And this is the closest I have been to everything.
We going to Africa?
Do you have to ruin every moment?
Sorry.
With negativity?
Silly. It's the baby.
Yes, we're going to Africa. It was prophesied to me by my pastor.
I was there.
I guess I'm just going alone if you want to be like that.
No, we're all
then
coming.
You need to relax.
We're all
and go
coming.
get your African shots, okay? And I don't know.
Like, oh, my immunization?
Sure.
Oh my
Whatever.
gosh.
But so I'm appreciative of that. So I will say that I was scared in the beginning, but as it kept moving along, I'm like, wow, all of these opportunities to serve, all of these opportunities to get paid, all of these opportunities to get closer to my goals while we're pregnant.
Yeah, lots of doors started opening, even with us. Like, we found out we were pregnant the same week that I found out that I got my new job, which, caused us to have to relocate. We had favor with that, with relocation. And then not too long after, with Brian finding the best job, I guess, that he's had.
Up the street.
Yeah, and so it's just been like, okay, all the things that we were worried about, or not even worried, but just kind of questioning, like how or what, it was already set up and waiting for us, which sounds a little cliche, but I mean, when it's true, it's true.
It is true.
It's true.
What's your second thing?
So my second,
we don't even have to say numbers because that list looks like you have 100.
So a lot of people wanted to know, like, oh, were you craving anything, or what kind of foods are you craving? And I would say for most of the first trimester, because we're in the second trimester now, for most of the first trimester, I barely had an appetite. Like, I honestly haven't even gained any weight. I've lost a little bit of weight, and I think it comes from the fact that when I do eat, even if I do feel like I'm so hungry, I only eat like a small portion or so. So I'm like, okay, I'm good now, I'm full. So I didn't really have a lot of appetite. I didn't have a whole bunch of morning sickness when I thought I would, but then gradually it kind of came on. But as people say, it's not just in the morning, it's like throughout the day. And for me, it was kind of in the morning because, you're brushing your teeth and you're just getting up.
Every morning.
But there's like nothing to come up.
Hold on.
Stop! You don't even want to.
I'm like, what is going on?
It was just a lot. And everyone's like, you have to drink more water. You have to stay hydrated. Y'all, here's the thing about me. I hate water.
That's a problem.
I do not, I try, and that would make me nauseous. That would make me want to gag. Like, oh, just add a lemon. Okay. But then once you bring something back up, that memory of that taste, you don't want that anymore. So the lemons were out the window.
But what does work for you now is that seltzer.
Yes.
Seltzer with cherries.
Club soda, yeah.
It
or a little
works.
bit of juice or Gatorade with water. That I can do. So, but yeah, water in general, I'm trying to get better. Brian bought me a big old water jug to take to work with me.
When the last time you used it?
Child, that's in the trash.
Oh, you throw it in the trash? Un diablo es un mentiroso. Wow.
I'll have to explain to you what happened later, but it was just easier for it to go in the
Because I
trash.
clearly haven't seen it in a minute. But okay, it's in the trash.
But I've been
Got
drinking
it.
water using the big pitchers we have at work, which to me seems a little more manageable. So, to each their own, different strokes for different folks, okay? But then I was craving, when I did start having some cravings, I guess, healthier food. So I feel like maybe I am getting healthier, because before I found out I was pregnant, I had just been telling my best friend, Ashley, that I really wanted to get to a place where I was prepared for pregnancy physically, and then I got pregnant before I started doing that stuff, like eating right and going to the gym. So now I feel like, okay, maybe this is a good thing, and that I am trying to be more careful what I eat. It doesn't always work.
She
but
loves her smoothies now and these
I've always
acai
done
bowls and
smoothies.
whatnot.
But I crave juicy, cold fruits, cherries, watermelons, oranges, things like that. So that's good. High in sugar, but that's good. And then in the beginning, because when I was nauseous, he made sure for me that everything was crunchy, spicy, a little bit salty, nothing soft and mushy and sweet, because that just made me
Which is what she usually likes.
Yeah,
so,
normally
her
I like
appetite
sweets.
just flipped.
Yeah. So,
All right.
what about you?
The swings. Her mood swings.
Oh,
I
thought you were
felt.
going to say something else.
Her mood swings. That's what I felt. Because 1 second she's happy, and then the next, what is it?
I don't feel like I mood swing that much.
It's like, but I love you so much. Come.
What is that supposed to be? Anger?
Yes.
No,
Yeah,
maybe more like
Ariana.
sad, emotional.
Yeah, sure.
I was already a little
sad,
swingy
emotional,
before.
angry. But I'm like, in my head, I'm like, yeah, she's pregnant. This is just one of those things. It's just like the movie. So just let's roll with the punches and keep it going. Yeah.
You should be rebuking all that. I don't want to be mood swingy.
Yeah. But now I feel like it's more of it's stable. You have a baseline of something, and then sometimes you get into your little moods of just not that you're tired, but it's just I don't know, like today. You in there, you just
Yeah,
I'm just
I have that
don't
on my
know.
list too. That's me choosing my battles wisely, because I literally don't have the energy. So I feel like I'm less confrontational, because I'm less likely to engage in an argument, even if I'm feeling a little bit riled up, because I'm just tired. Not just with you, but with people in general. Certain things that normally I would give my energy to say this is bothering me. It's either I'm just going to say it straight out, which that's one thing I appreciate, is that whole honesty thing that has been
Because she does
developing.
use that often now.
I
She
just gotta tell the
definitely does use
truth.
that often now.
I'm too tired to try to, I was about to say something else. Is that bad to say? The pussyfoot around it. Is that bad?
Pussyfoot.
I don't know. I don't know if that's bad. I hear other people say that. Don't say bad things. So
I don't. Ooh.
too tired to tiptoe. That's what I'm gonna say. Tiptoe around it. So I'm gonna just walk through and tell you this is how I feel. Pussyfoot, tiptoe.
Like a
Walk on
pussycat?
eggshells.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, sure, like a pussycat.
Whew.
And then at the same time, it's certain things I'm like, girl, it's not even worth the energy. Just focus all your energy on getting rest, or on eating, or on not feeling sick, or whatever, So I hope that comes through with me being less mood swingy, because I feel like I've been trying to kind of regulate it.
Okay, I think so. And I gotta give you your props on that,
angry.
because I don't know if all pregnant women do this, so don't quote me. But what I've seen, sometimes I feel like pregnant women use this. I'm pregnant, so I'm angry, and I can do this, and I can treat you any type of way the whole time because I'm pregnant.
See, the funny thing about that is I still haven't gotten to a point where I feel like I have I don't know if the right is the right word, but the right, let's just say, to say that, because I feel like I just started showing. Half the time I still feel like I just look bloated, because I keep saying this is how I've been looking for the past couple of years. And then on top of that, it's on days where I'm feeling good, it's okay, I'm feeling good. On days where I'm feeling tired, I'm just push through. So to say oh, I'm pregnant, even at work, it's been a challenge to not just kind of take a step back. I'm no, I'm good. And I don't want people asking me a whole bunch of times, are you feeling okay? How are you feeling today? Whatever. So I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to save that card for when I really need it, from when I'm big and pregnant. Okay. But by then it'll be almost over. So I'm trying to embrace it without milking it so much that I feel like I'm abusing it.
Okay. I still feel like you need to take care of yourself at work if you're feeling tired, or if you don't want to flip somebody or whatever.
To figure out.
I don't care if you had a flat stomach and you said that you're tired and you're pregnant at work. If I can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this. And it doesn't matter what people think.
That's true.
Because I will come to that job.
I know. He will. Papa Bear. He will.
Okay. All right. You
Yeah.
tune into YouTube, you see my face right now. I will come to that job. And I will let everyone know.
What you gonna do when you get there?
I don't know. I'll start with the charge nurse and work
Yes,
my
the
way
one
around.
Yeah.
All right, praise
Charge
God.
nurse.
Anyhow, the next thing I felt was the family pressure.
Oh.
We talked about this before, but I'm like, everyone has
From
an
our
opinion.
family?
Yeah, everybody.
Oh, about their
Everyone has an
opinions. Oh, yeah.
opinion. How to, everybody just had an opinion or thoughts about the baby and what you should do and what. Remember the whole naming theme and you should have a girl. Oh, you should have a. Nobody said boy.
Oh yeah, I feel like
Nobody said
everyone's
boy.
super excited for the possibility of a girl on your side because you have all nephews, so it'd be like something different.
Okay,
My side is the first. I don't even know that they care. They're just like a baby.
Oh, okay. But
I haven't asked them. I have to ask
I'm
them.
just like, oh, okay. Let's just like celebrate for the moment. But celebrate for the moment. And that was one thing we already covered that, so I won't even go back into that. Go back to the last episode or the episode before that. But I was feeling on how to. I wrote down how to work through it without being offended, because what I was trying to learn is though that we are the ones who are about to have a child. People are happy for us, and sometimes people's way of expressing their happiness is just giving their opinion to make it the best, because either they've been through it or they're just excited for it.
Yeah.
So I was just, God has been working on me with patience and offense these past months. So I can understand now, but that, I was just working on how to not be offended about the ideas or things that people were saying, because this is just what they think is best.
Yeah.
And, just a sub note with that, we talked about if we had a boy that I was like, okay, I'm thinking about a junior. I might want to name a junior. And that was like a big deal, but we never told anybody, but it was like one of the things that we wanted to talk about, like, and do. And I think that when everybody was so negative about it, when I reflect, and this is just me being honest, it's like the father that you had wasn't there and wasn't good. And that's why you would never want to be named after someone who was not there for you. But the Lord literally had to release me from that, because I'm like, I know that I'm an excellent husband. I can say that myself. And I know that I would be an excellent father, because I would do whatever I needed to do for my child to get whatever, or to have a good mindset and to feel loved all the time. And like I always say, to feel covered. So if I do have a son and I do name him that worry is now gone. But I understand why people would say that if your father was not a good father to you and you wouldn't want to carry around his name forever because it wasn't good. But that is not who I am.
It's not our
So I cannot carry that weight for people who think that it would be a bad idea. I just want to release that.
Yeah.
It stops here.
Because your name, that's legacy. Like that.
And
there's wealth attached to that.
I received that. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
me
you.
too, because I'm part of that
Thank
wealth.
you.
Hello.
And it's completely different, and it's no shade to anybody, but back home, the last name Stokes it's kind of rough, like streets, gangs, this, that, and the third. But anywhere I've touched outside, my name means something completely different.
Yes.
If my family would come here and they'd be like, "Oh, you really the Brian Stokes? Do you what instrument do you play? You on a worship team somewhere?" Or it's just like, like they're gonna think like of good things, because that's what I've created.
God. Oh, you anointed.
Yeah. So that the footprints are definitely like changing.
Yes, they are. Praise God.
Right.
That's something we prayed for when we were dating too, because we did have. You would tell me that about how your family's name was perceived growing up and back home and everything, and a lot of people have been reposting that meme about something about too busy breaking generational curses. But we really started praying into that when we were dating, knowing that we intended to get married, because we're like, it has to stop here, like the personality stuff, the attitude, like from what seems small to what seems big, because all of it could be tied to something greater. We were just like, it's not going to be an ongoing issue. Like, although we might see it physically ongoing right now, like we're believing for change. Sometimes it's harder than other times to hold on to that, belief. But we're still believing. Back on track. Yeah, we're still believing, and we're trying not to, run away from it by being so far away. But when we are there, wherever there is either one of our hometowns or old friends, old family, whatever, not old family, but family, is like just be able to confront it head on with the same authority that we walk in daily here. And for some reason, for me at least, it seems harder to walk into it when we're around people who ain't used to seeing us, be like that. So yeah. Okay.
I digress. We digress. It's digressed.
I was gonna ask you though, because with all the throwing up and stuff, did that gross you out?
Listen, because you know what, you're a prophet, because I put next on this the weight. I'm like, waiting, when is the next time she's going to throw up? And what am I supposed to do? Because she used to let me rub her back, and now she's like, don't touch me.
I don't say don't touch me. I'm just like, there's nothing you can do.
So the rubbing of the back doesn't work anymore. You've rejected me a couple of times. I'm not offended by it. But
I remember. We were outside. It was hot.
You just want your space. So I'm just like, I don't think that it's gross. I was just like, I think I was more intrigued. Like, oh, this is like a part of it. I'm the dad watching this.
You were back there smiling, probably.
Yeah, listen. When she left me, I have about 10 videos of this happening, like in the beginning when she was first pregnant. Because I'm like, I don't know, is it a memory now? Do we need this for later? Do people post stuff like this? Whatever. Judge your mama, not me.
I don't care if they do. You're not gonna post me growing up.
But I wasn't getting grossed out, and I still don't get grossed out. I'm just like, oh, baby's growing. That's what I always say. Baby's growing.
Grow,
I got that
baby, grow.
From your best friend Ashley.
That's what she always says. Grow, baby, grow.
Baby's growing. So
growing.
whatever.
Yeah, I try to say that. I try to remember that. And speaking of just being positive, one of the things that I had was saying things like, I love being pregnant, even when I don't feel comfortable. Because I had a moment where I was looking at myself and I'm like, this is so cool. Like, I really love being pregnant. And then I'm like, I'm going to just keep saying that when I'm tired. What does that mean? When I'm tired, when I'm not feeling so good. Because I love hearing women talk about how much they love being pregnant. I feel like you hear more often than not how, like, oh, girl, good luck, or, ooh, you ready for this, and I'm just like, well, I mean, can you be ready for it? I'm just hoping for a positive experience and, and all of that. But I've been meeting so many women who are just like, oh, you're going to love it. Being pregnant was my favorite thing. I always felt my best pregnant. I love being pregnant. And that's what I like to hear. So I keep trying to say it over myself to, like, I love being pregnant. I do. I love the different changes. I love accepting that my body is changing at a different rate than other pregnant women's bodies that I've seen. I'm trying to not, be so comparative and whatnot, or feel like, oh, I should feel like I should be bigger, or, whatever. But yeah, I love being pregnant. So, like, even when I joke about you smiling with me throwing up, it's like, we love this pregnancy journey so far. We really do.
Babe, if I had to, I would do it for you.
No, okay. Like we say, that's easier to say when you know it's not
enough. Because I ain't never gotta do it.
But it really hasn't been all that hard. Praise God. It hasn't been all that hard. It's been just hard enough for me to remember that I'm pregnant. Because otherwise, I probably wouldn't remember. Yeah. Okay. Is it my turn? I kind of just jumped in.
I thought that was yours. I don't know.
That I love being pregnant?
I just have one more. So.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
My last one, I put 3,000 miles away. I'm like, who's going to be our people for real? That's what I think now.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, I'm working on it, but we still have time.
Yeah.
Because, we live in California, and our families, both of them are 3,000 miles away. And, there's some jokes about, everybody, either you want us to come home or who you think coming out there to see you, yada, 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 yada.
My family ain't joking. They want us to come home.
I get it, but I'm like, the fact is that we're going to be here. So I'm just like, at a certain point, I would want the conversations to change.
Or like Dr. Jaquette said, like, here's what the plan is now. I need to hear from you how you're going to support it. Not what you prefer.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I think that's just my feeling. It's just like, how was it really going to turn out? And if, not that I'm asking my families to move out here at all, but I'm just like, as in church family or friends or whatever, I'm just hoping that people will come through. Because I don't know what we're going to need. And I'm not talking about physical stuff, buying stuff. I'm talking about time, if somebody want to babysit. I don't know. Okay. Just different things that come with having a child. They say it takes a village. I really do believe it. Because even at the points that we be holding people's babies and they're like, I got to get this meeting. Can you stay down here and, like within church or whatever.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's just
trust.
So I'm just hoping that, that we find our people. And that relationships continue to bloom here, that we feel like secured in it. Because, God showed me that he's like, everything is already taken care of. But sometimes we worry before it happens. So it's like, it's like, I told you the week you found out she was pregnant, that everything is going to be taken care of.
He did.
So she's about 5 months now. You still worried about what I said? It's done. Just like things in your life before. I said, this is taken care of. This is what's going to happen. But all that time, you took all that time stressing when I already said it's taken care of. So I'm just trying to learn how to, choose how I fight. I'm not trying to always be on the defensive. I want to be on the offensive, like the ball's in my court and I'm like, everything is working out. Let me do what I can. Let me clean out the nursery. Let me stay. I need to be in my word some more, but just let me do
You've
the
been doing
things.
really good though.
I know I need to do some more.
Me too.
But like, let me just get everything together. Yeah. Even as far as let me get the things that need to be fixed with the car, and let me just get it done now. These windshield
you've been
wipers
on
need
top
to
of the
be
car.
replaced, even though it doesn't rain in California. Let me get that together. Ariana need a full body massage. If the Lord say so, let me get it together.
He
let
says
me,
so, man of God.
And I'm just like, let me
He
just do the
says
things
so.
that literally prepare me now for when,
Yes.
baby comes. And some of the stuff don't even seem like it's connected to the baby, but I'm like, everything is this. Be a good man, be good to your family, and from there.
You're an amazing man.
Thank
You're an
you
amazing
so
husband.
much.
You're an amazing father.
Thank you
I'm
so
so blessed.
She's talking about me, guys.
So blessed. So blessed to be a Stokes by way of you. I just tag teaming onto that prayer. I just really pray that God would also keep the weirdos away from offering their services. Because I always find it being in a very uncomfortable position to have to turn people down who I didn't even expect to present themselves. And maybe this is a part of the honesty thing, but because I feel like everyone, when I see people, for example, like I don't really reach for people's babies. I'll just wait if they say, oh, do you want to hold him? You want to hold her? Okay. I'm not going to be like, oh, give me that baby. That's not going to be me. And I expect that because I've sown those seeds of respect that I will reap that same harvest. And then people ain't going to just be reaching for my baby, reaching for my belly, talking about, oh, I could babysit when you were never on the list for clearance. I just don't want to encounter those situations because I don't want to have to be the one.
To rub my tummy and you think you're going to babysit?
Because we've had a couple of strange encounters and I'm just like, huh? What? So I just don't have to deal with it, So I know that God has already set up the village. I think it's up to us to open ourselves up and trust the village, because we here. So people, I had people ask me recently, well, what are you guys going to do? And have you looked into daycares and how much it costs and what, and I'm not stressing about it because I'm like, I know that we're going to figure it out. I don't feel an immense pressure right now to figure it out, just prioritization wise. It's there's other things that are coming sooner that need to be addressed. So maybe that's why I've been kind of chill about it, but I know it'll be fine.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. But yeah, Lord, just you keep everyone in their lane. Help them identify their lane, to discern their lane. Yes. I hope that wasn't rude.
No, it wasn't.
Okay. And if it was, it's, bless.
What else
okay.
did you have?
Well, so these are just a few things. I mean, you already talked about the emotions. I felt more than angry. I would have these sad moments, and usually revolving around food. Sometimes I'd be nauseous, but I would want to eat something. And the fact that I couldn't because I was scared I would throw up literally made me sad. Or one time, was it for our anniversary? I wanted to go to Olive Garden. We had a gift card. Yeah, this was after Mother's Day before our anniversary. And I had it all planned out, what I was going to get, how we were going to work that gift card and maximize it. Call Olive Garden. Our anniversary fell on Memorial Day, a holiday. They're not doing any lunch specials. I cried.
We talked about this on an episode, babe. But yeah, she cried.
Did we?
We did. We covered it.
Well, here it is again.
Here it is again. She's pregnant. She get to do what she wants. So y'all better act like you never heard the story before.
That was just sad.
Period.
And so I feel like that's why I'm like, I don't think I've been angry. I've been more sad. But you're observing probably more so than I am. So those are the two things. But then there's been weird things that no one ever really mentioned about pregnancy. So for example, and granted, some of these things I've seen on my baby app. I use Baby Center for those moms who have different baby apps. But headaches, I hate headaches. I would get them every now and then, but for about 3 weeks straight, I had headaches maybe almost every day. Tylenol did not help. I already told y'all how I feel about water, but I tried it anyways. Throwing up obviously didn't help. Then there'd be days where I would have a headache so bad I would be nauseous. There are times where I would be throwing up driving on the interstate from work or pulling over, getting closer to the house, throwing up. And I'm like, what is going on? What is this? Nosebleeds, one of the app mentioned. Yeah, sometimes when I throw up, I'll get a nosebleed, and that's strange.
Oh,
that just started happening recently, and I'm like, okay. Or I'll feel this immense pressure in my sinus area, and that'll cause a headache. Or it'll just feel like there's a whole bunch of pressure, fluid in my head, and no matter which way I tilt, it's there. So now it's in the front of my head. Now the headache's in the back of my head. So between that and the nosebleeds, I'm like, ooh, I hope this part passes, because this was in the second trimester, and y'all said I was going to feel great in the second trimester. Y'all said everything was going to be picked up. Energy, libido. Oh, can we talk about libido?
Okay. Oh, no.
We'll be brief and courteous, but libido during that first trimester was none. Trash. We went to that appointment and they were like, okay, when's the last time that and I was like,
I said,
when we got pregnant, maybe?
Zam's wife?
Yeah, I had to apologize to Brian. I'm like, man, I am sorry. It wasn't even at the front of my mind. I'm like, we cool.
We real
Hey,
friends.
friend.
We are. Hey, roommate.
Tired. That's what.
Hey, roommate.
And I mean, I don't. Did you miss it? Did you recognize it had been like a while? I did not. I guess you were being nice to me because you didn't say it, but I'm like, oh shoot. So I tried to make more of a conscious effort, and then like with our church small group that we went to, we started going to one for married couples, and that was so much fun. And we had like a sex challenge, and I'm like, I don't want to play because
They said 21 days of sex.
I can't play. I'm tired. Like, can I have a pass?
Ariana
like,
said, y'all gonna get an infection. What?
They were asking questions like on average, and I'm like, oh gosh, that average is like modified. Yeah, it was just, I don't know. And everyone's like, oh, just wait for the second trimester. You know, things will be different.
They was right about that,
So
though.
we had that to look forward to. But I honestly felt kind of guilty because I'm like, I honestly am just tired. And I don't feel like that's fair, but it is what it is. And thank God for a patient man who is just
Man.
like,
And
I
I thank God for the second trimester. 5 times.
Praise God. Okay, so
What?
then I realized that with the headaches, I liked coffee. I've never really been a coffee drinker.
That is true.
Ryan then turned into a bougie coffee drinker. He got me ordering these like specialized orders from Starbucks. Thank you, Brittany Scales, for putting him on to whatever. But I'm like, coffee at work, there's a lady who makes a special kind of coffee, and that will knock my headaches right out. So, you know, I hear that about a cup a day is okay. I maybe have like 3 cups a week.
Oh, I thought you said that. I'm like,
No, because I don't need it every day, but it has definitely been helpful. And then this part I thought was a little weird. I had a bout of, like, paranoia is probably the best word that I can use to describe it.
That's a perfect word.
Paranoia. Where suddenly I was very suspicious of people who I know and trust, you know? And, you know, because I have all the accounts on my phone and I get like the notifications. Brian doesn't like any notifications because he says it just makes everything like anxiety inducing to see pop, 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 comment here, DM here. But I would get the notifications, and then one day it just became a problem. And I'm like, what is so funny that someone has to send a shower of crying, laughing faces and then followed up with conversation? I send the crying, laughing faces, and I don't feel like talking afterwards. Like, what's all this back and forth in the DMs? And I wasn't even mad at Brian. Heck, I was mad at y'all.
I don't think they get. It's not the Stoked to be the Stokes account.
Oh yeah,
a lot of
Brian's account.
Ariana runs my account too because
When I post the worship videos.
When she posts the worship videos.
Otherwise, I don't be in there.
Well, now,
I don't care.
No, you don't be in there because you've muted the notifications.
Yeah, because it was too much. And I brought it to Brian's attention. I'm just like, I just think people are disrespectful if they think that it's okay to just convert. And he was like, what do you want me to do about it?
Who is that? Who? I'm like, what? So
some of them I knew.
So just stop. And she goes, well, if I have a problem with it, I said, okay.
I didn't say that. I said, I can't tell you what to do. I can just tell you what I'm feeling. I don't think I should tell you what I'm feeling and what to do. So you want me to come with the problem and with the solution?
And let me tell you something. I couldn't even respond to her because in my head, I'm like, these women with these cheating men or non-cheating men wish they had a passcode to anything.
Not that the women who were texting you were cheating.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying women in general. Women probably listen to this right now.
Oh, you're saying like, I have privilege to have a passcode.
Not only do you got the passcode to his phone, you
I've had a passcode since we started dating.
Because I don't care.
But I don't really check it like that. But for some reason, y'all, it had me feeling some kind of way. And it was about people who I normally would never have an issue with. And I knew that no one was up to anything. I just felt like...
I'm like, read the conversation.
And I would read the conversation, but it wasn't about that. It was about the fact that there was a conversation. I'm just like, why? Don't nobody got jobs? Ain't nobody got other things to tend to? Y'all just...
I'm glad that ended because I'm like, girl, this can't last.
It made him really uncomfortable. But what helped, and this is why, you know, community and transparency, you know, is good in the right places. You know, definitely that same week, I made a friend at church, Celia, and I love her so much because I opened up and I shared with her like, hey, I've been feeling a little crazy lately. To the point, y'all, where I was like praying, like, God, if I'm right and he's wrong... This is probably witchcraft. I probably shouldn't have done this, but disturb his stomach. Let there be a GI upset.
And my stomach was fine.
And I came home. How are you feeling? How's your stomach? Are you okay?
Great.
He was like, fine. I'm like,
amazing.
Oh.
Hallelujah.
So I'm wrong. So I'm like, God,
Exactly.
take this from me. I don't like feeling like this level of suspicion about people who I know and love. And, you know, I don't want to be angry, but it was like making me, I don't know how to describe, like my stomach would be hurt. My stomach got upset. So yeah, but thankfully I talked to Celia. Celia was like, oh my gosh, it's so normal for pregnancy, like don't stress it. And then she shared some stories with me, so I didn't feel as crazy, and I was like, okay. And we were able to laugh about it, and I came home and I apologized to Brian because, you know, he was like, I'll do what you want me to do, but I'm just not understanding what's really going on and what the real issue is. So yeah, so those hormones I guess are real, and I didn't want to admit it because I didn't want to feel like I was subject to hormone changes and it was controlling me. But you know, we gotta take captive those thoughts because that was wild.
Amen.
That was wild. And can I share one more story about GI
Dang,
upsets?
yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I could stop.
No, say it.
I ain't gonna stop. That's the other thing people did not mention about pregnancy. It wasn't on any of the Instagram posts or nothing like that with the cute filters. But y'all, stomach issues are like unpredictable. There are times where I'm like,
she almost shattered.
Whoa, what's going on?
But did you know that?
Whoa there. No, we went to Home Depot.
Is shat the word? Shat
I
yourself?
don't think you should use the past tense of a profane word on the show.
I didn't even think about it. I thought. Wait. Okay.
Let me tell the story for you. Label it. We were in Home Depot.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We were in Home Depot looking for a grill because, you know, summer was coming. Brian wanted to grill. And so we saw some grills on sale. So we walk in. Now, granted, I had like a watermelon drink. And y'all know certain fruits and vegetables, when liquefied, will liquefy. Will just go right through you. So we go in the store. And I'm walking. I'm chill. You know, and I felt a little gassy. And you know how sometimes you feel a little gassy. And then you're like, whoa, it's a little more than gas. So I'm walking with Brian. And then I stopped. And I squeezed his arm. And he was like, what? And I was like, okay, no, I'm good. It's okay. I'm good. It's okay. But I think I need to go to the bathroom. He was like, okay, we'll ask somebody. We'll look around. So I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. So we're walking, and he starts looking at stuff and going all casually, just browsing, right? And I stop, and he starts trying to talk to me, and I look him dead in the eye, and I was like, hey, I need to use the bathroom. Okay? He said, oh, okay. And I scurry off to try to find like a store assistant because, you know, we're in Big Lot, so it's not like the bathroom.
Home Depot.
Oh, I'm sorry, Home Depot.
We were in Home Depot aisle 14 and the bathroom.
No, like aisle 2.
No. We're on
By
Home
plants.
Listen.
Okay.
Home Depot was aisle 14. You had to go to aisle 1 to get to the bathroom.
I feel like it was further. I feel like we were on aisle 2 and I had to go past aisle 25. It was like a 100-meter dash. Like, and I couldn't dash because, you know, you dash too fast and... That happened to me one time at a track meet. So I'm like, I'm not going to run. Okay. But I go and I scurry and I find a sales associate. And I was like, hello, sir, excuse me. Because he was helping somebody. I said, I really need to use the restroom. Where are your restrooms? Because, you know, some places they don't have to have them if they don't sell food. So I'm like, well, do you have a restroom? Where's the restroom? And he was like, oh, it's all the way at the end. I looked down. Y'all, it's like 50 aisles. And I was like... okay, because I knew I didn't have a choice. And so I start going, and I'm just walking real fast. I text Brian. I'm like, I'm going to the bathroom because I don't know where he went. And I get maybe halfway down, and it's like something hit me. And I felt like in that moment, I just gave in to the fact that I'm about to lose everything right here in the middle of Home Depot. And I literally stepped into the aisle. Like out of the main aisle, I stepped into the aisle, prepared to just, you know, and walk out of that store bottomless if I had to with a jacket. Because I'm like, I have no choice. What am I going to do? If I keep moving, everything's going to keep moving. And if I just stop, like, okay. And then I had like a moment of relief. And it was like, go now. Like, you have a window. Go now. And so I scurry, get to that bathroom. Praise God I made it. The whole car ride home, I just kept thinking, what if I didn't make it? What if I didn't make it? Y'all, I was not ready. I had watermelon juice since. I was like, what in the world? I have never felt something come on so strong. And then it happened again at Walmart. And I'm just like, is this a part of pregnancy? Like, we were in Walmart, we're looking for something, you know, Brian didn't want to be there looking for it. And I had to leave him to look for it by himself because I had to get to the bathroom, like, right away. And I'm like, no one mentioned this, not even the doctors. Y'all, I was prepared.
Sharing.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
I hope that gave someone a smile at the least.
Oh my gosh.
But...
Okay.
So yeah, watch out for the GI stuff.
I'm trying to wrap the show up.
Yeah.
All right, listen, guys. If you're not following us on YouTube, we're going back to YouTube. You need to subscribe to us on YouTube. I think we're at 53 subscribers.
Which is awesome.
Let's try to get to 100 by the next episode, please. If you listen to this, show us some love on YouTube. Again, you can find us on all podcast platforms at Stoked to be the Stokes.
Yes.
If you want to follow me, it's at Brian Lamar Stokes. If you want to follow my wife, it's at Ariana Nicole Stokes. And always follow at Stoked to be the Stokes on all platforms.
Instagram. Yes.
All right, so that ends this episode of Stoked to be the Stokes with Brian Lamar Stokes.
And Ariana Stokes.
Remember, with love,
faith,
honesty,
and respect,
we'll get through anything. See you next Tuesday, guys, with the gender reveal.
Yes. Well, by the time this comes out, it'll be.
No, but they won't know until Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right,
so y'all will find out next episode what we're having, and we'll find out as well.
Yes.
All right. Love you guys. Have a great week. Bye.